Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? I am back again with another video. Today I'm going to be working a little bit in Lightroom for images that I want to portray vibrant colors. This is a photo shoot that I did a while ago. As you can see, it was during a nice day, had a nice little sun, glow in the background, had a nice blue sky. What I'm going to do is I'm going to work with one of these images to show you how I bring out the vibrance in the photo. Now that's obviously a raw file. I generally work with raw files because it allows you to do much more processing in Lightroom. It doesn't ruin the image. One thing that I like about Lightroom is you pretty much do everything that you do in Photoshop, but it's a lot more straightforward. You don't have to worry about creating layers and masks and all that in Lightroom. You just use the brush and make your changes. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and import the photo. And as you can see, the image is okay. If you zoom in a little bit, you can see a little bit of discoloration, especially in her forehead area. And that's mainly because of the sun. It's a little bit too overwhelming. But the first thing I'm going to do with this image is just kind of correct the horizon. You can see she's kind of slanted to the right a little bit. So I'm just going to use the angle tool just to move her over a tad bit. And I'm going to crop her left side just to bring her a little bit more in the center of these three little squares. And that'll make the image a lot more proportional, as you can see. One thing I like to do as far as skin goes, I like to use the adjustment brush to get rid of some of that redness that you see, and that's mainly because of like I said, it's because of the sun. So what you can do is you can use your adjustment brush. You're going to click on it, and you are going to pick the saturation tab. You're going to bring it down. You play with the settings. Right now it's at a -32. And you're just going to brush over the skin. And you're just going to keep brushing over until you get the effect that you like. I'm just going to do a window side-by-side view here. So you can kind of see the difference already. Zoom in a little bit. So you can see on the left, it's a little bit more reddish. On the right, it's a little bit more natural. Okay, that's exactly what we wanted. And we didn't really affect the background at all because we used the adjustment brush. So the next thing I'm going to do is the sky in the background. I want to accentuate it a little bit. So again, we're going to use the adjustment brush. This time we're going to boost the saturation up to maybe a 10 or a 15. I'm just going to draw over the background. I'm going to undo that actually. And we're just going to draw over the background a little bit. As you can see, it adds a little bit more color to the background. And if you think you didn't do it strong enough, you can actually click on this little circle right there. You can actually boost it up a little bit more, and it'll actually make the changes without having to paint. Just gonna boost up the color over here too. Don't want to forget that side. So again, here is a close up. Obviously that one's not as dramatic as you can see, but it does give it a more even, natural color. And I actually want to go a little bit stronger with the sky. So I'm just gonna get my adjustment brush again. I'm just gonna boost this way up. It keeps doing it to the whole image for some reason. So I'm just gonna boost this up. I'm gonna paint. Alright, so that's pretty much how I want it. If you want to, you can go ahead and just apply a little bit of saturation. Actually, I prefer the vibrant. If I do want to boost the color up, I don't like playing with the saturation. If anything, I turn the saturation down, and then I boost the vibrance up. And another thing you can do with Lightroom, you can play with the color channels. Down here in this area, you have the HSL, the color, and the black and white. And the hue, saturation, and luminance is the HSL. And what the luminance does is if you wanted to make the blues a little brighter, you can just slide that to the left. As you can see in the background, it's a lot more prominent now over on the right side. And this is actually probably making her eyes a little bit more blue as well. And you can do this pretty much with every color. What I like to do is just play around. Let's go to the magenta. As you can see, it's actually doing something to a shirt right there, which is pretty cool. Then you play around with the purple. I don't really think there's anything purple in this photo. Play around with it anyway. Then the aqua, which is kind of a bluish as well. And the greens doesn't really seem to affect anything. Now the yellow, I pretty much know that's going to affect the skin and a little bit of the sky. As you can see, remember that little hot spot in her forehead? See, that yellow really brings it out a lot, and if you bring that to the right, it'll totally get rid of that, and that really helped to even out her skin a lot more. The orange, play around with that as well, and the reds. I know that's going to affect her skin too, as you can see. Actually add a little bit more shadow to the sides of her face, which is kind of cool. But I'm actually going to leave that alone. Alright, so that was for the luminance. Now you can go to the saturation, and this also is going to bring out more color. I'm just going to boost up the blues a little bit more. I'm going to take the yellow down, just so her skin stays even. the reds. As you can see, that kind of affects her shirt. I kind of want to boost it up a little bit. I like her shirt, so I'm gonna boost it up. And you can also do this to all of the sliders, all of the HSLs at the same time, but I really don't like doing that. I like going one by one. So that's pretty much the Lightroom effect, or pretty much what I'm going to do in Lightroom. As you can see, before and after, her skin is a lot more even on the right as opposed to the left where it's reddish. And you know, some people might like that reddish. Personally, I don't like it. It doesn't look very good when you print it. And so that would pretty much be what I would do to this photo. Using the HSL sliders in Lightroom really helps to enhance photos. It helps to even out skin tone, gets rid of hot spots, helps to brighten up and bring a little bit more vibrance and excitement to your image. So utilize Lightroom. If you're not used to Lightroom, get a sample of it, play around with it, and you might like it. Another cool thing you can do is you can save these presets. If you go up to develop and you choose new preset, and you can just name it. I'll name it Skyline Portrait. And you just make sure you click all of these little selections here, and then you select create. So if you bring in a new photo, I'm actually going to export this first, so I want to show you all. Okay, so now since we have that preset saved, you can import as many photos as you want from that photo shoot. Okay, so now we have each of these images uploaded. And you can see the before and after. So if you wanted to apply what we just did to the other photo to this image, you just click over here on this preset, click it, and you can see the before and after. And we can do it with this one as well. Just click the preset. Boom. That easy. It's very easy. And you can do this to more than one image as well. Go to your library, and you're just going to hold down shift and select all of the images. This little spray can right here, you're just going to go to the settings, and you're going to select your user preset, and I think I named it Skyline Portrait, I believe. Paint can, and you just spray the images just like that. Or like I said, you can hold shift down, select each image, and once you spray one, it'll just apply all of the settings to each image. Alright, so that's my quick video for today. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please stay tuned, subscribe,